Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's your guy Cthulhu. Just wanted to bring you my first place Traptrix deck profile. Uh, Went undefeated with this, went 3-0. We played against Sword Soul, Dark Magician, and in the finals we actually played against Castira. This was just from a couple weeks ago, so it is still pretty relevant. Even I would say post ban list, there's not too much I can think offhand to change on it, besides maybe some side deck options. So we won two out of our three dice rolls. We won our dice roll in round one against Sword Soul. We lost our dice roll round two against Dark Magicians, but we did win our dice roll going first against Kashtira, which was probably the luckiest, to be honest with you, because they do not care about getting evenly matched. And in saying that, we will get down into this. So the main deck monsters, for the most part, we pretty, standard. There is a little unoptimized, but we will get to that when we get to that. So we are gonna start out with three Mantis. So pretty standard, right? Normal summon, search for Traptrix monster. Then we have the three Myrmelio. Searches for your normal hole trap. And then this is where I'm not too happy about it, but this is only two Pudica. My third one would be here if I had it. But right now we only have two because we only own two. But if you're running this deck, run this at three. Then we have two Dionea. In the version of the deck we're running, this card actually is kind of cracked because the normal summon effect is not once per turn. And it comes in a lot in the combo, to be honest with you. Let's see. And then we have two Arachnacampa. This you could cut down to one, to be honest with you. This card is just kind of like in case you have no other plays and this is a hand when you have Sarah, at least you can get something going. But yeah, you can definitely cut down to one. So that's it for the Traptrix main deck monsters. And then for the quote-unquote non-engine monsters, we run 2 Exceed. This, again, I would run this at 3. Just don't have it at 3. But if you can get your hands on the third one, get your hand on the third one. Three Fenrir. Because, it's Fenrir. He keeps dodging the ban list, and he's the best non-Traptrix monster in the deck. And we need a lot of help going second, so. And then the card, that's the tech that enables a lot of these weird non-Traptrix combos. Candle. So with this guy, we play non-traditional Traptrix. Depending on how our opening hand looks when we're playing, if we have an opening hand where it looks like we can use this card, we're going to build like a negate board. Otherwise, we're just going to play normal Traptrix, and there's nothing wrong with that. Then on to the spells. We run one Traptrix Garden. This, honestly, you could probably run it too, especially in this version of the deck. The Garden is very important with the candle combos. So I'm running one Terraforming only to make up for the fact that I don't have that third Pudica. If I have the third Pudica, this is cut out. We run 3 Pots of Prosperities. Run these. They're cheap now. Just pick them up. All right, and then on to the trap lineup. So we're going to start with 3-hole Taya. It's one of your main starters. No reason to ever cut this down. This is a quick Great way, you want this in your opening hand. Then to the trap hole lineup, we have 2 Floodgate Trap Holes. Great card. Great for that weekend. Was amazing against Kashtira. Special summons Fenrir or whatever. Flip it upside down. They have to pass turn for the most part. Let's see. Bottomless Trap Hole. Everyone knows what that does. Trap Hole Nightmare. This is just like another monster negate and destroy. And then we have Gravediggers, which is one of the MVPs of the deck. Whenever the opponent wants to activate something in hand or in the graveyard, you negate the effect and inflict 2,000 damage. So it helps with time, burns them. Honestly, when it comes to these, the Bottomless can probably come out and just add a second Gravediggers. And then Floodgate Trap Hole, depending on the format, like these are not great against, playing against Branded or Branded Chimera, because you're going to flip their stuff upside down, but they're not going to care about that because they'll just fusion it away anyway. But against any other deck, that use Links or XCs, like these are good. So you can always put in other side options to switch these out if need be, depending on the matchup. And then just 3 evenly matched in case we lose the dice roll. At least we can try to blow out the board. And it's also a Holtea target, being a normal trap. So we can discard it if we're going first, if we have Holtea in hand. 3 Imperm. For obvious reasons, great going second, great going first. Avoids talent cards, so you don't have to waste, use a monster effect. Also, Holtea fodder, normal trap. And then for the monster hand traps, we're running 3 Ash, because everyone should be running 3 Ash, especially since Rarity Collection is out, and they are pretty cheap. And then I'm running 2 D-Shifters, another co-MVP of this deck. There's a reason why we're running 2. I like 2 not knowing if we're going first or second, because I don't want to see if I win the dice roll and I'm going first. I can use these going first, but I would rather not see 2 or more of these in my hand going first. And then to the extra deck. We'll start out with the links. So in the extra deck here, you're going to see why we're running the candle and the things we can do with the candle. So we'll start out with the links, though. We're going to start out with the standard Sarah. We're going to run 2 of. We generally run 3, but the extra deck gets a little tight, so we're cutting it down to 2. We're going to run 1 Adipus. And then the other MVP today, or a few weeks ago, Little Knight. Obviously, this card is disgustingly expensive, but it is busted. Then for the XZs, for the Traptrix lineup, we run 2 Rafflesia. I tried running it with 1. 1 was just not cutting it in terms of grind game. If the game does go to more of a grind game, if you're playing like the normal Traptrix, you're definitely going to need 2. We're running 1 Ping. And then 1 Alomaris. Alomaris, if I do end up having hands where I'm running more of the standard Traptrix lines, not as important, to be honest with you, with the way I run it. But in terms of the combo with the cards you'll see, actually becomes very important. And then the 1 card that starts off a bunch of our combos, Infernal Flame Banshee. It just requires 2 level 4 monsters, so that's all your Traptrix monsters. And what it does is it searches for a Pyro monster, which would be the guy we saw earlier, the Candle, if I can find him. So it searches for the Candle. What happens is you add the Candle to hand, which procs the Candle's effect to be able to special summon himself. And then while he's on the field, every time a monster is sent to, or thrice per turn, every time a card is sent, or monster is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can either increase or decrease its level by 1, which will come in handy later on. All right. And then we have the Utopic Future, which we will turn into Utopic Draco Future. We have Baguska. I'll be honest with you, with Baguska, never used it. It's in there just in case, but I'll be honest with you, thought about cutting this out because I've never have once used it. It's just there to be there at this point, or even like Pot of Prosperity fodder. Time 3 for Doer. He does come out. He didn't come out this weekend, or a couple weekends ago, but he does come out often, and he is pretty clutch. Zeus. Zeus is going to do Zeus things, so he stays in the extra deck. And then the reason why we have the candle, to make Baron. So what usually we end on is a board usually consisting of Sarah, Baron, Draco, and then maybe a set hole or two. All right, and then for the side deck, to be honest with you, the side deck is not something I really put too much time into. It's mostly generic things besides a couple of things here and there. So for going first, I run 2 anti-spell. These, if I know I'm going first, like I lose, let's say, game 1. So game 2, I'm going to choose to go first. I will swap out the 2 D-shifters for the 2 anti-spell. And then I will swap out the 3 evenly matched for 3 D-barrier, of course, dependent on what I'm playing against. If I'm playing against something that's going to bring out XZs, this kind of hurts me in a way. I can still do like things with Sarah and stuff for interruptions, but again, like if I'm playing against like Branded or something like Dragon Link with synchros, D-barriers will swap out for the evenly matches going first. For going second, so this board does not do a good job of... This deck does not do a good job of busting through boards going second too much. I mean, what I will say is I went undefeated and I did go 2-0 every match. So I did win by going seconds with enough interruption and stuff. But just in case, I was playing 1 Lightning Storm, 1 Raigeki, and 2 Dark Ruler No Mores just for going second. And then this is where the 3rd D-shifter comes in. I just swap out, usually an Arachnacampa. Again, like I said, you can run that at 1. So a lot of times going second, I'll swap out Arachnacampa for the 3rd D-shifter. So I have 3 D-shifters going second, hopefully stopping my opponent from playing optimally so I can try to go second with this deck. Still going second, we have Pankratops, because, a combination of Pankratops and Fenrir can be kind of gross going second. And then we just, have the back row hate in case we run into some Royal Decrees or anything that we're not liking, any Floodgates, 2 Cosmics, 1 Feather Duster. And then this card never came up, but it's there just in case. 1 Cowboy for Time. If you made it this far through the video, you're a real one. If you have any questions or suggestions, don't be afraid to leave a comment down below. I'm open to constructive criticism or what you guys think I can do better with the deck. Hoping to bring more content like this to you guys soon. I'll see you in the next video. Deuces.